Section 11 of Jim of the Hills, a story in rhyme by C.J. Dennis. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Son of the Exiles. Section 11. Flames. It's human nature for a bashful bloke to bottle up and hesitate and doubt, till grinnin' fate plays him some low-down joke. Then, in excitement, he goes blurtin' out the tale his sane mind never would impart, so all the nearby world knows it by heart. Good luck for me, the nearby world, that day, when I ran sobbin' through the scorchin' fern. Held few to hear the foolish things I say. No one was there me secret thought to learn. And I went shoutin' down the mountain spur. Only the scared birds and the trees and her. In fancy many men have been through hell, tortured by fear when hope has almost died. But few have gone through that and fire as well, to come on heaven at the other side, with just one angel in it, safe and well. A cool, calm angel by the name of Nell. The day the fire came sweepin' down the hill, lickin' the forest up like some mad beast, we had our work cut out to save the mill. And when the wind swung round into the east and blew the roarin' flames along the spur, straight for the height, I gets quick fear for her. Flat out I was with fightin' all day long. We saved the mill shed, but the huts were done, when some bloke, weak with sprintin', comes along. Comic it seemed to me the way he run, shoutin' that someone's missin' from the height, and all the forest at the back's alight. I dunno what he thought and never cared when I grabs at his coat and starts to yell. I only know that I was dreadful scared. In half a minute more I guessed 'twas Nell. He tells me when and where they thought she went, and of the useless searchers they had sent. I never waits for more, but turned and ran straight for the spur along the scorchin' track. Behind me as I went I heard some man, I think it's Pike, bawlin', "You fool, come back!" What plan was in me mind I cannot tell. I only know I want to find my Nell. Next thing I mind I've left the track and turned into the blackened scrub. Me eyes feel bad. Above me head the messmate trees still burned. And Lord, them awful fancies that I had. I seen her lyin' there, her face, her hair. Why, even now them thoughts give me a scare. I stumble on against a red-hot butt. I burn me hand, but never even swear, but keep on sayin', "Make the splitter's hut, the splitter's hut, get to the clearin' there." She's at the splitter's hut, and if she ain't, me heart turns over and I feel dead faint. And as I plug along I hear some fool repeatin' words till they sound like a spell. I'm goin' mad, I thinks. Keep cool, keep cool. But still that voice goes on, "My Nell, my Nell." I whips around to see who he can be, this yappin' fool, then realise it's me. They say I must have gone through blazin' ferns. Perhaps I did, but I don't recollect. Me mind was blank, but judgin' by me burns, there's somethin' got to me that took effect. But once I know I saw a flamin' tree fall just be'ind, but that don't trouble me. I dunno how I reached the splitter's hut. I only saw the ragin' fire and Nell. Me clothes were torn, me face and hands were cut, and half a times at least I fell. I burst into the clearin' and I look. She's sittin' on a log there, with a book. I seemed to cross that clearin' in a stride, still sobbin' like a kid, "My Nell, my Nell!" I was clean mad, but as I reached her side I sorter wake an' give that song a spell. But by her eyes, for all she seemed so cool, I know she must 'ave heard an' feel a fool. "Why, Mister Jim, you do look hot," says she. But still her eyes says oceans more than that. "Did you come all the way up here for me?" Coolness? I tell you straight, it knocked me flat. By rights she should fall sobbin' in me arms. But no, there weren't no shrieks an' no alarms. I pulls meself together with a jerk. "Oh, just a stroll," I says. "Don't mention it. The mill's half burnt an' I am out of work. They missed you, so I looked around a bit." "Now that was good of you," says she, reel bright. "Wasn't the bush fire just a splendid sight?" She looks me up an' down. "Why, Mister Jim," she says to me, "you do look hot indeed. If you go strollin' that way for a whim, whatever would you do in case of need?" That's what she said, but with her eyes she sent more than her thanks, an' I was quite content. I seen her home, or rather she seen me, for I was weak an' fumbled in me stride. But when we reached the height I seen that she was just on breakin', an' she went inside. I stumbles home. "Well, Jim, lad, anyway," I tells meself, "you've had a fine full day." Section 11. Recording by Son of the Exiles.